Hello, everyone. This is Mark in New Jersey. Welcome to day 75 of the online 21-day course. So here's a reminder that in a few minutes you'll be meditating and foot soaking. So if you haven't quite got your bowl, rinse, towel, here's your chance to get it ready. Also, if this is your first time joining us, we have lots of support and resources to help you out in case you're like, what is this and what are they doing? And I have some questions. So you can go into the Zoom chat and you can address a query to Breakout Room Help and say, I want to speak to a Sahaja Yoga teacher after the program and have them explain a little bit. Or you can go to our website and you can review all previous classes. They're all saved, and there's even handouts you can download to learn more. Or you can also ask for a one-on-one teacher or mentor. So this applies to you if you're coming for the first time, or even if you've been coming for a while and you have some questions or would like some extra support. So you'll see the links and other information in the Zoom chat. On our previous class on Sunday, we talked about our left channel and how to strengthen what we call the left side, our emotional side. Today, we're going to look at the topic of practicing Sahaja Yoga every day, establishing it as part of our daily routine, the way that we get up, brush our teeth, and do all these things. So in today's class, we will introduce the topic, we'll talk about it a bit, we'll have a guided meditation that includes the foot soak, we'll have a video of the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, there'll be live music, and another opportunity to go deep into the meditation and enjoy the silence when we stop thinking. So at the very end, we also invite the presenters who've appeared on the program to share their experiences and what they've learned practicing Sahaja Yoga, and also it's a chance for them to answer questions from you. So I'd like to introduce our presenters and our musician. Welcome Jason, Tracy, and Rohit. So Jason, I see you're in Seattle. What's the very nice meditative thing to do where you live?
Well, in Seattle, we have the beautiful trees, the the Puget Sound, which is a saltwater um, kind of a mini ocean that we can go and enjoy and foot soak in. So we have so many tools here to get us into meditation, which we enjoy a lot.
Tracy, what can we do near your place in South Florida that helps us get into the meditative state?
Well, like Jason, even though we're absolutely almost as far away across the country from Seattle to Florida, we also have the ocean and beautiful nature. And we also have a Sahaja Yoga Center. So it's lovely to be able to go there. And sometimes we all go together to the ocean or to the park. Uh, or at the center itself to meditate collectively with others who practice the meditation is really a joyful thing to do.
Rohit, what do you like to do that helps to keep you in a meditative state?
I play the flute, which itself is a good way to get into meditation. I like to do that. I'm very close to where Tracy and he lives, so we gather at the center many times. Yeah, so
Yeah,
We're
I
very
find,
lucky to be able to hear Rohit play the flute on a regular basis.
wow. Yeah, I find personally any body of water, I can feel my whole body changes and I feel lighter. And it's quite amazing heading towards where I live, the Jersey Shore, about an hour's drive before we finally see sort of the Atlantic Ocean. And it's an extraordinary effect. So nature seems to be one of the key things for us.
It's true.
So now, here in our class, we're going to see how close we get to that exquisite state of our meditative state. So I hand it over to Jason.
Thank you, Mark. Welcome everyone tonight on this topic of practicing Sahaja Yoga every day. It's such a joyful daily practice that you may have already been experiencing. Just having that chance in the morning to connect with your self, with your spirit, with the Kundalini rising through the central channel, connecting you to this all-pervading power, bringing you into the state of silence and meditation. It's a joyful state that you want to keep going back to and keep experiencing. So a daily practice is a great way to keep that connection strong with this energy flowing up to the Sahasrara, connecting you to this all-pervading power, letting you feel those cool vibrations as it begins to flow and as you experience. It's an experiential practice. So trying it out, giving it a try every day in different situations, and having that time for yourself to meditate every day. So in the morning, finding, even if it's a brief period of time, to establish that connection within, finding a quiet place to let this energy flow, bringing you into the state of meditation. And before sleeping, it's a really nice practice. If you've already been doing it, you might have experienced that, of doing the foot soak, a nice cleansing technique that can take away a lot of the energy that we pick up during the day. It is a wonderful practice that uses the natural elements around us. So with the foot soak, you have the water element, which helps kind of wash away and absorb this energy. We put the salt in this foot soak water, which represents the earth element, this grounding element that helps settle and absorb all of these vibrations that we pick up just by living and being in the world. And then, of course, if you have a nice place for your meditation, you can have a photograph of Shri Mataji there and a candle. A candle brings in another element to the foot soak practice, which is the element of light. So you have all of these elements here to support you as a meditator. And this foot soak technique is so simple, but I've found through the years that it's really, really part of my routine, and it helps me rest at night, kind of washes away all the worries of the day, and my sleep is nice. I feel calm and ready after a foot soak for my evening meditation because it's kind of cleared the way in my subtle system to allow this energy to rise and flow, connecting me into meditation, which is something you may have experienced too in your own practice. So giving it a try is worth it. Every day, if you can just set aside a little bit of time for your meditation, for your foot soak, you're really going to establish that flow, that connection, which is the important, really important aspect of Sahaja Yoga. Is it's a living process. It's an experiential process. So letting this energy flow and connect every day strengthens the energy in the central channel, strengthens your connection at the Sahasrara, brings you into a natural equilibrium, balancing the left and the right. And it's such a joyful thing. It's something that brings you peace, joy, something you can share with your friends and family. And of course, meditating with others, you really broaden and expand that experience, deepen that meditative state and experience. And it's so joyful. Another aspect of daily practice is the bandhan. So of course, when you raise your kundalini before meditation, taking the bandhan really helps bring this energy up and protects your subtle energy centers. But raising the kundalini and taking a bandhan can also be something that you can practice when you leave the house to protect your subtle energy centers when you go out into this busy world, this hectic world we're in. So one thing I like to do before leaving the house is bringing my attention inside, really reconnecting with my spirit, and then with attention and care, raise the Kundalini up. And then take a bandha to protect subtle energy centers going out into the world. So this is something we can do before going out, and then it's also a practice that you can do before you start your foot soak. So let's now prepare the foot soak. If you have it ready, you're ready to go. Another nice thing about this Sahaja Yoga meditation technique is really everything that you need for your meditation is within you. So if you're ready to meditate, bringing your awareness, attention inside, you can get to that state without the requirements of anything outside. But what we have outside to help us are these elements. So this foot soak is a really nice way to help clear the day. So if you're ready with your foot soak, you can again take the bandhan with your attention and your hands, raising your own mothering energy up to the crown of your head, tying a knot. Raising it up a second time and tie a knot. And then raise your Kundalini up the third time and tie 3 knots. And then the bandhan is a way to protect your subtle energy centers. So bringing your hand from left to right over the crown of your head and back 7 times with your attention. And you may even feel how soothing and balancing this bandhan technique is. Balancing the left and the right, protecting your subtle energy centers, and really doing it with attention. Getting the full benefits of this practice. And then bring your attention gently to the crown of your head, to the Sahasrara. And then with your foot soak, you can give a bandhan to the water. So the bandhan is a clockwise circle, circling the water, vibrating the water, getting it ready to help you in your meditation. And then placing your feet in the water. And in your meditation, place at home. Having the candle is also a very nice way to really connect with these elements in your foot soak. And we like to keep our eyes open in the foot soak so that we have that light element coming into the practice. And you can keep your hands open on your lap. Enjoying that soothing feeling that you feel right away in the foot soak as it absorbs any negativity or unbalanced energy. And then you may also bring your right hand from the base of your spine up the central channel to the crown of your head. You can bring it down the left side, clearing the left channel, and then directing your hand to the water, letting it go into the water. You can also bring your hand up the central channel and bring down the right into the water. And then noticing what you feel on your fingertips. As you start to practice your Sahaja Yoga meditation more and more, you may notice subtle vibrations in your fingertips, your hands. You might notice the cool, or you might notice tingling in one finger or the other. And as you do, you can clear that chakra by bringing your awareness, your attention to it, and also a bandhan. So you can give a bandhan to a chakra that you might feel in your hand. So let's all together give a bandhan to the first chakra, the Muladhara, the base of the spine. You can give a clockwise circle here. And then bringing your hand to the water, offer any negativity or unbalanced energy that you collected there into the water. And you can move up through the chakras if you like, giving a bandhan to the Swadhisthana. You may feel it more on the left or right, and you can give a bandhan there. Into stomach area or the Nabi chakra. And then at the heart, you can give a bandhan here. Clearing, cleansing your energy centers. And then the heart and the Vishuddhi in the throat. And then at the Agya in the forehead. And at the crown of the head, Sasrara, clearing with the bandhan and offering to the water. And just noticing what you feel on your hands or fingertips, clearing any chakras that you feel or notice with a bandhan. And again, you can clear the left and the right channels, bringing your hand up the central channel, down the left, down the right, and then bringing your hand up the central channel, up to the crown of your head, keeping your attention up here at the Sasrara. And you may already begin to feel the cleansing power of this technique. You might start to feel a cool on your hands, the crown of your head, or you may even just feel a little more relaxed, a little more peaceful. And as a daily practice, it's a simple thing that is very effective. So experiment with this on your own, trying it every day, seeing how you feel after your foot soak, seeing how it helps you feel more relaxed, peaceful, more restful in your sleep at night. Just try it out as an experiment. And then when you're ready and finished with your foot soak, any extra clearing you'd like to do to offer to the water, and then rinsing your feet, you can take your water cup, rinse off here. And of course, in this foot soak, having a regular tub that you use just for this purpose, because you've offered and it's absorbed negativities from your subtle system, and really just using it for the foot soak is the best use of this bucket. And then rinsing your feet, drying them. And at home in your practice, you can really take this water and dump it right away and flush it away. And for now, you can just very carefully set it aside. And then to conclude your foot soak practice, again, raising your Kundalini energy with your full attention, with your hands. Bring your own innate mothering energy, this Kundalini, up from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, tying a knot. Your desire for it to stay connected at the Sahasrara. Bringing it up a second time, tying a knot. And a third time. Bring your Kundalini up to the crown of your head and tie 3 knots. And then taking your bandhan, bringing your right hand from the left hand over the crown of your head, down the right side, back up and over the crown of your head to the left side. 1 complete bandhan here. We'll take 7 for each of the energy centers, protecting them, balancing the left and the right channel. And if you like, you can bring your hands together in the center. Namaste. And now we will watch a video presentation from the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, in this state of meditation, mental silence, really watching and absorbing, taking in this divine message.
This is the truth, that you are the spirit, not this body, not this mind, not this ego, not these conditionings, but you are pure spirit. The second truth is that there is an all-pervading power of divine love, which does all the living work. We take these flowers for granted. We take the life for granted. We take our being for granted. We never even think how we have been made, how we have become human beings. This power, which is doing all the living work, is the one which we call as the power of God's love, or the power of the Holy Ghost, or you can say the Brahma Chaitanya. In the Quran is described as Ruh. Unless and until you become the Spirit, you cannot know the absolute truth. This is the reason why there are problems, why we are quarreling, why there are discussions. But once you become the Spirit, Spirit in every human being has the same truth which is absolute. Apart from that, this Spirit which manifests in your attention makes your attention active. It acts and acts for the benevolence of your being and for the benevolence of the human race, entire human race. Today we are facing all kinds of problems and we do not understand why we are here. We are here to enter into the kingdom of God. It's the easiest thing to do is to enter into the kingdom of God, but we do not know that He Himself is so anxious that we should enter into His kingdom and enjoy the bliss of His love. When I say all these things, you may start doubting that how can it be? How can it happen? Also, you can doubt about this mechanism, this beautiful mechanism, which is built within us since the creation in our different stages of evolution. But I would suggest that you should have a very scientific outlook. You should keep your mind open. Some people say there is no God. I think this is extremely unscientific to say, because you must first find out there is God or not, where there is this divine power or not, or also if there is a higher awareness for us or not. Without that, how can you just deny something in which you have not made any inquiry or research? So, when we become the Spirit, our attention becomes, as I said, active, knowledgeable. That is, our central nervous system gets a new awareness in it, a new dimension that we call as collective consciousness. It's described by Jung, thank God he has described it, though he was a scientist, he has described that at a higher awareness we'll become collectively conscious. Means we'll be conscious about ourselves, no doubt. We'll have self-knowledge. We'll know all about our centers. But we'll also know the centers of others. We'll know them in their subtle being, not how they look, how they dress up, not these external things. But internally, we'll know what's their problem, what are their centers. We can feel them on our central nervous system. We can feel them on our fingertips. Muhammad Sahib has described that at the time of your resurrection, at the time of Qiyamah, your hands will speak and will give witness against you. Means they'll tell you what's wrong with you. You will know this is wrong, that is wrong. And once you know how to correct it, once you know how to correct the exhaustion of these centers, then you can completely get cured of malfunctioning of these centers. For example, the centers are like this left and right. He has told you already there are two sympathetic nervous systems, and they form the center in this spinal cord like this, which is actually the parasympathetic nervous system. Now when you start using this power too much to the right or to the left, you see the constriction takes place, and there's a very little energy left in these chakras, in these centers. But sometimes it so happens with a shock, it may just break. When it breaks, then you lose your contact with your central nervous system. Then you are on your own. Such malignancy is set in, or we can call it the psychosomatic, many diseases come in. These diseases can be cured, and they have been cured also. When the Kundalini rises, she passes through all these centers, strews them just like a thread strews the pearls, and nourishes them. And then she passes through the seventh chakra and pierces through the fontanelle bone area, where you feel the cool breeze coming out of your head. You yourself feel the cool breeze all around. This cool breeze now gives you all the information that you want, because you know the absolute truth. You can ask, is there God? You start feeling more cool breeze. You can ask about somebody who is a cheat and is come here to teach us about, say, God. Immediately you might feel heat or maybe little blister also, just as a barometer. You might feel that person who is cheating you clearly on your fingertips. Then gradually as you grow, you can feel it within yourself as soon as you see the person, what sort of person is this. So within us lies our divinity. Within us we are divine people. We are great and gracious. Not only that, but we are really majestically divine. And we have to touch that divinity within us. Once we touch that divinity within us, you'll be amazed to know how great you are and what is in for you in future. The first thing, as I told you, happens to you that you know the truth. Everybody who is a Sahaja Yogi knows the truth, and there is no quarrel between them, no question. We meet annually in a place called Ganpatipure in India. There are 500 to 600 people, and this time we had people representing 56 nations. Can you imagine? All races, all types of people, and such love, such enjoyment of friendship, such purity among themselves. That is really, when you see that, you'll think these are angels, or what has happened to them? Are they human beings? Such respect for nature, such respect for everyone, and such understanding of the value of human life. All this happens to you because you have become the spirit.
Let's continue to meditate in silence for a minute or two.
Thank you, Rohit. That was lovely. Let's close our eyes if they're not already closed. After the cleansing foot soak and soothing music, our mind is quieting down. And we begin to feel ourselves becoming more settled, beginning to feel the nature of our spirit. And as Shri Mataji said in the talk, our Mother Kundalini, she brings us and our chakras back into balance, into connection, integrated in the center channel. So we can ask her now, Mother, please strengthen our center channel. Please take my attention into the higher state of awareness, connected with the Brahma Chaitanya, the divine power. And watch for the response. Let's help ease open the fontanelle bone by placing our hand, either hand, on the top of our head and gently move the scalp. Tilt the head forward and rotate the top of the head. Mother, please open wider and wider this most sacred place where my connection with the divine is established. Can hold our hands still and take a deep breath. Let's lift our hand up slowly, allowing our attention to rise with our hand. Leaving our awareness here in this higher state. Let's bring our hand back on our lap. We meditate every day so that we can nourish, so that we can be nourished by our spirit. Our spirit nourishes us, just like our mother Kundalini. Our spirit gives us peace. Our spirit reveals the truth to us. Our lives are enlightened by this truth. When we meditate, we can bring our hand onto our heart, to our spirit. If there is any concern, uncertainty, we can ask our spirit to show us the truth, to guide our path. It's in meditation that our spirit nourishes us with its joy. Let's switch hands now and put our other hand on our heart. In our center heart resides the essence that is the mother of the universe, who looks after us and protects us. so we can feel completely secure in our spirit. And that security goes with us through our day. We can bring our hand back on our lap. See if we feel ourselves with a stronger connection with the divine power and with our spirit. Meditation leads us to the integration of our spirit and the divine power, becoming one. So we can bring our hands together and bow to our mother energy, our mother kundalini, to our spirit, and to this all-pervading divine power that has guided us to this Sahaja Yoga meditation, where we get to grow and enjoy our own inner beauty more and more every day as we practice the meditation. So we'll turn it over now to Mark, unless we raised ourselves up quite a few times today. Mark, perhaps you will preside over that now.
Thank you, Tracy. So before we get to the announcements, we can put our attention on our Kundalini at the base of our spine, in the triangular bone, the sacrum bone. See if we can locate it. Put our left hand in the air in front of our body at the level of our Kundalini. And then now let's put the right hand around the left hand as the left hand rises up the center. And then we pull our hands apart and tie a knot, implying that we'd want our Kundalini to stay up, please. And again, left hand at the level of Kundalini. We can tie one or two knots the second time. We'll do two. And a third time. Tip our head back and tie 3 knots. You can rest our hands and see if we feel that this actually does something, this motion of the hands with our attention. And now for the protection of the bandhan, we can put the right hand at the left hip, make a big arc to the right hip and back 7 times. And see if the attention stays steady and quiet. So we could stay in this pleasant place for the rest of the evening, but we're also in a 21-day course. So there are a few announcements about what is happening in the course. This is the big news that we've been attending online and sometimes attending to local Sahaja Yoga centers. And so we also are going to have an in-person 21-day seminar in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. And this will be the weekend of November 8th and 9th, starting in the morning on Saturday and going through the early afternoon on Sunday. So it's a chance to really go deep very quickly, and there'll be live music and sharing what we're learning in Sahaja Yoga. There is a registration fee which will include food, and it'll also include dormitory style accommodations. Or if you prefer, you can find a place on your own. This center is located near New York City, and the closest airport, if you are flying in, is Newark. This is a house designed by Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi that exists in New Jersey. And so people who attend the seminar will have a chance to visit this amazing house. So the next class in our series will be on Thursday, and this will be going further into what we call the witness state, in which we don't react. We're able to handle all the different things that happen within ourselves and out there in the world in a state of balance. So this is session 4, and it's the second part that we call 4B. It runs 3 days a week, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and the last class will be October 14th, which is a Tuesday. We also have 3 additional opportunities to join us for just a simple meditation and foot soak every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the same time and the same Zoom link. As we mentioned at the beginning of the class, there are many resources to support people who want to really go into this and get the full benefit. So you can ask for a mentor. You work one-on-one with kind of like a big brother or a big sister. It's a very enjoyable time you can have with somebody. They learn as much from you as you will learn from them. From my own personal experience, that's what happens. We also have a WhatsApp group, and you'll find the link in the Zoom chat and also on the web page for the course. So that is the QR code that takes you to all the recorded classes. Maybe you want to watch this one again, or you want to catch up on some that you missed. And if we had any handouts, they're also there. So now, this is a chance for you to ask questions. Maybe something came up during the meditations, or during Shrimaji's video, or something that's just, you have a question based on your practicing Sahaja Yoga at home. So you can ask questions to us in 3 different ways. In the Zoom chat, you can pose the question to Breakout Room Help and say, I want to speak to somebody. I want to speak to a Sahaja Yoga teacher one-to-one. And you'll go into a breakout room. Or we also have somebody who will chat with you in chat Q&A, so you can just text back and forth. Here's your question, here's your answer. Or you can type your question in the chat to me, your MC, and I'll pose it to our presenters. So now this leads us to the last part of today's class, in which I invite our two presenters to come back on, and we'll find out how is Sahaja going with them, what have they learned, what can they share with us, because we're all eager to improve and do better in this. So welcome back, Jason. Welcome back, Tracy.
Thank you, Mark.
All right. And also I'll be looking at questions that come up in the chat. Okay, so here's somebody who says, I'm really busy and I'm able to meditate maybe 4 times a week. Jason, is there any benefit to meditating every day, really?
Try it out and see. If you have a chance, try to meditate every day, even if it's just briefly. Keep that connection going. If you have a busy schedule, find a few minutes, whatever you can, to sit down, bring your attention inside and get that connection. Try it every day if you can, even if it's just briefly. Make time for it. Maybe look at your schedule and look at what you have going on. Is there something you can shift around to make meditation possible? But daily meditation is nice. So if you can, give it a try.
All right. As Shimaji says, experiment. All right. Here's a very practical question. Tracy, how long should somebody meditate?
Well, I'd just like to say in regards to the last question that we talk about being our own guru, being our own master. You will see a difference on the days that you meditate and that you don't. It may be that on the days that you do meditate, you will find, like I am going to wager everybody here will testify, that the day goes smoother. It goes more effortlessly. So if you can't meditate on certain days or don't make the time, then see how the day goes compared to the days that you do. And as far as how long, in the morning, it's helpful to sit for at least 10 minutes. A lot of times we'll sit and, we don't set an alarm. And the time flies by just so quickly. And maybe it's become 15 minutes or 20 minutes. But nevertheless, you'll still find that you have time for everything that you need to do. You won't be late for work or to get the kids to the bus. You'll find that this spirit knows exactly. I've had that experience countless times where I would be meditating and I have to wake the children up and get the breakfast and get them ready for school. And my own energy always brought me out of the meditation at exactly the time. I was never late in those responsibilities. This energy, our mother energy, is incredibly alert and aware, and will make sure that when we need to be on our way, all of a sudden we'll be out of that deeper state and ready to face the day, still carrying it with us.
It's happened to me every time where someone calls me on the phone and, oh, are you free? Yes, I just finished meditating.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 1 minute, 2 minutes since I said, okay, now what's the next thing for this day? Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So Jason, is there a best time of the day to meditate, or any time is fine?
Anytime that you have available is great, but if you have a regular routine, a morning meditation practice is very nice to start the day with. And of course, after your foot soak in the evening meditation can be really deep, really relaxing, and really ease you into the evening and let you rest and sleep nicely. So I would say morning and night are great times to meditate. But if you have time in the day, meditate then too.
Yeah. Um, Sometimes we'll say to people who are trying out Sahaja Yoga that it's good to have a place where you meditate that's always the same place, wherever you live. Um, is there any good reason for that, Tracy?
For me, yes. I have always, since practicing this meditation, felt that there was a great benefit to having a place where I could just have, as we had a host doing the foot soak last night, and he said, it's me time. So this is me time. And it's a me place to enjoy the me time. So it's a place that when we meditate, we create this pleasant environment, and the vibrations really begin to fill this space and emanate from it into the rest of, it could be the home or wherever it is that, we have this little area that is where we go to sit. The vibrations begin to really settle there. So we just sit down, and within seconds, those vibrations begin to act on us and take us into meditation effortlessly. Sahaja.
Anything you can add to that, Jason? Why it's good to have one place?
Yeah, having, as Tracy mentioned, a good spot that is kind of vibrated already and your established
Mm.
meditation place, few of few distractions or, away from maybe your cell phone and your TV, places that are peaceful and calm, and maybe where you're less disturbed by things around you. So finding that almost your own sanctuary for meditation. And it doesn't have to be complex or complicated. Finding a simple place that this is your meditation place and you can sit there and go into meditation.
We often advise people that don't just join the classes, don't just go to your local center, but also set aside some time where you actually just sit. It's just you meditating. Um, why is that important, Jason?
This is your own journey inside. So having that contemplative, quiet meditation time for yourself is important for your growth, and it's enjoyable, and silence is a great place to be in meditation, mental silence, thoughtless awareness, and practicing this on your own daily as a practice is really part of your journey in your meditative journey to your spirit, connecting to your kundalini. So having that time for yourself is important, I feel.
And Tracy, the flip side is some people say, well, I'd have to figure out how to get to the local center. It's on a night that I like to go bowling, but would we urge them to meditate also with other people? What is the advantage of that?
Absolutely. The more candles that are lit, the brighter the light is shining. So same, it's a catalyst when we meditate with others who also have their Mother Kundalini awakened. then we, in a vibrational way, support each other. And this energy that is flowing through us, it nurtures and it can support others who also have that same desire. That's why we can share it so easily with other people, very simply, just being together, meditating together, and it's compounding. So you'll find that you will go deeper and feel better, and it lasts longer. So
Yeah, I find tremendous difference. If I get on the phone with somebody and it's like, okay, let's get our attention above our thoughts. And I can never get to that state of complete, emptied out silence, and it's sustaining itself. It's continuing. I'm not doing anything in particular, but just that one other attention. And to think that that can be expanded in more than just one other person, it's hard to imagine just how expansive and sublime that experience is. Yeah, so both are part of Sahaja Yoga, our own individual growth and yeah, doing it with others. So now, some people will ask us, well, exactly how do you set up your meditation area? Like, where do you put the photo and how do you sit? So I thought I'd ask Jason to just kind of show, like, more or less with what we have here on your screen, how
Sure.
would you sit for meditation, your morning meditation and your evening meditation?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. So at home, I have a meditation place, and I have Shri Mataji's picture in a nice frame, and keep it clean and keep it there with respect. And then I also have a candle there. And when I'm meditating, um, photographs and things in this world have vibrations. So keeping my hands open to the photograph of Shri Mataji is a really nice way to kind of feel that flow of vibrations and to really bring attention and awareness in a focused way to my meditation and my meditation place. So having the photograph there with the candle really helps me to bring my attention to meditation. And of course, with the flow of vibrations, you can keep your hands open to the photograph or open on your lap and really get into meditation. So this is kind of a representation of my meditation space. It's not exact, but having the photograph with the candle and offering flowers is really a nice way to set up a space and bring attention, awareness to the spirit and to meditation.
Yeah, I mean, my conditionings were either atheist or Christian, and the idea that you would even light a candle it freaked me out completely when I first was introduced to people that were meditating. And then it had never occurred to me that you'd ever meditate to a photograph of somebody. Um, so if somebody asks, well, why do you have that photograph there? I mean, what do you say, Jason?
Well, uh, since I've been meditating in Sahaja Yoga since the early 90s, um, I've experimented with having the picture, and my first introduction to um, the photograph in meditation was in meditation classes and workshops, and just noticing the cool flow of vibrations from Shri Mataji's photograph. Shri Mataji was a great spiritual teacher, traveled the world showing people the simple technique of meditation. And the the image of Shri Mataji in the photograph always captivated me and interested me, and I felt this connection to the image of Shri Mataji. So for me, it was a little bit natural to just put my hands, enjoy the flow, uh, and appreciate uh, the stature of Shri Mataji in the spiritual realm. But of course, everything that you need for meditation is within inside. So you can also just close your eyes and bring your attention to your spirit, and your own mothering energy is there. Your own spirit is there. So it's really your own personal connection, wherever that is.
Would you like to add to that, Tracy?
I wanted to say that, throughout the day, our attention is involved in countless things, just all day long. We are doing so many things, and our attention is really involved in those activities. So, going back to the value and importance of meditation, it really gives our attention a break from everything and all of the challenges we face and all of the problems that we have to solve and all of the interactions and relationships. So that little bit of time in the morning or any time through the day, during the day, even if it's just 1 or 2 minutes in between activities, just to stop, bring the attention inside, take a good breath or two, and ask Mother Energy to please bring me back into balance, into the silence, into connection with my spirit and the divine power. Then it really transforms our day. And like Jason said, when we were able to spend time with Shri Mataji, we would sit and she would speak like in the talks that we listened to regularly. And it was just listening to her, it was transforming. And we would sit with our hands open on our lap because she emitted these tremendous vibrations. And if you look at the screen, you'll see that Jason and Mark and Tracy all have different photographs of Shri Mataji, right? And they have different qualities and they speak to us. So it may be that at some time I'm going through certain issues and I'll meditate with one photograph, but it may be after years go by, I'm growing. And so her personality, she was a mother, she was a teacher, she was a wife, she was a grandmother. And she had all of these different roles. And so they do come out in the photographs, different aspects of the great personality of this phenomenal spiritual personality or that we really had the opportunity to enjoy learning from and growing with. So for me, it's very natural to use the photograph, and you may find that it's just easy to open your heart and share whatever is the issues that we might be facing at a certain time in our life. And the reason why it's so easy is because when we meditate, then it's as if the answer is coming from either her or from our own spirit or our own Mother Kundalini. So yeah, once again, like everybody's been saying tonight, try it and see the difference. Try for a week using one of the photographs that speaks to you, and then try without and see if there's a difference in the meditation.
Yeah, it's a great delight for me when someone downloads the photograph from the course website and they buy a frame and they put the photograph in the frame, and then I'm there, like maybe on a Zoom call or a WhatsApp call with them when they sit with that photograph for the first time, and sometimes their experience, like how different it is sitting in their own house where they used to meditate, looking out the window or looking at a painting, um, or just with their eyes closed. And now with their attention on Shri Mataji, because the photograph is an exact replica of her. It's not a painting, it's not an interpretation. That's how she looked.
Mhm.
And what they describe sometimes is such an intense, much stronger experience of what we call the vibrations, the silence, the joy, the peace. So it's something to be experimented with and just see what happens when you use the photograph. And because this photograph is, we have to say it, so powerful, because there's so much love emitting from it, you'll
Mhm.
notice that we have it in every part of our 21-day program. We sit and talk to you with that photograph, and all the slides that we show you, usually we have an image of Sri Mataji, because this image is giving just pure vibrations, we call it. Like it's soothing us all the time. So we sit there, we have our hands towards the photograph, um, and Jason even alluded to how we can, bring flowers. Um, any other ways that helps to increase the effectiveness of using the photograph? How we could use it, Tracy?
Hmm. Using the photograph. Well, like I said a minute ago, I'm not quite sure uh, what you're referring to, Mark, but uh,
Well, like say we just put it on a desk and then we just
oh,
sit there and look at the
okay.
photograph. Anything else that we could do with that photograph that maybe would actually give us a better experience of the meditation?
Well, it's not a decoration.
Hmm.
It is an essential part of our spiritual growth through the meditation. So we treat it with respect. We put her photograph in a frame, make sure to keep it clean. We offer, you can offer, well, I'll give one example. If I'm having a particular trouble or something's bothering me, or there's, some problem or challenge, I will write it on a piece of paper and I will set it right next to the photograph. And I will just ask, that this issue be taken into the divine attention. And it's one way that I can surrender some of the challenges that I've faced. I mean, we all face them, day in and day out. So we can do that as an example. Uh, you talked about you almost always see us with flowers. It's like she's our spiritual mother, and so it's nice to give your mom flowers now and then. It's nice when when your child is little and brings a flower to mom. It's very sweet. So we try to uh, offer the same respect and gratitude and innocence. So offering a flower is an expression of our gratitude and our innocence. It's the humility. And then those qualities blossom in us when we offer them to somebody that we have such tremendous respect for.
Yeah, one thing that I was paying attention to Shrimaji's talk today, and how does it relate to a daily practice of Sahaja Yoga? And she mentions that there's an aspect of discovery when we meditate. So for me personally, I'm a very inquisitive person, love reading, like learning new things. And if in a state of meditation, I'm going to learn or discover something new that maybe solve some riddle, some puzzle about the universe, because I'm very curious about everything and how does it all fit together. So just putting my hands out towards the photograph, it's like today might be the day when there's an answer to something that's really been like tickling my brain,
Mhm.
like, oh, that's the gift I'm going to send to Tracy, or that's the time I'm going to call Jason. And just something will come into my attention, like a discovery, like, and it wouldn't happen unless I set aside that time and sat there and so just discover, can I stop thinking? So it's been a beautiful evening with you two people, and call
Thank
you
you.
brother and sister because it's such a strong relationship when you meditate together. It's like no formality. It's like we're connected in our hearts. So thank you so much for joining us, and thanks so much, Rohit, for the such beautiful melodies. And we invite everyone who's joined us tonight to please have a very good rest of the day and join us Thursday. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Mark.
Jason.
Thank you, Tracy.